So, have you ever been in a meeting and felt like it was a lost opportunity or felt like you were not prepared enough? And I think it's fair to say that it's happened to most people. But a lot of times, if you have a 15-minute one on one or even a couple minutes with your boss, your leadership, then it's incredibly important to be prepared. And so you don't lose influence and don't lose that opportunity. And here's the thing, I've been there before, it's frustrating, and I want to ensure that it never happens to you. And so there's a proven process to ensure that you get clear on how you would like the meeting to turn out. So that's the first thing to think through, but also to make sure that when this opportunity and this meeting is over, that you both feel incredibly good about the interaction. And so it also helps to boost your visibility and impact. So the first thing to do is really think through the other person or your leader's situation first. A lot of times when we're preparing for an executive meeting or a very high level meeting, especially if it's very short, it can be very anxiety producing because we know we need to talk fast and there's not a lot of time. So we tend to want to focus on ourselves, what we've accomplished, what we've done, what things we've moved forward, that type of thing, which is incredibly important. But we don't lead with it. It's really important to build a runway first, and that runway has to do with what's important to the other person. And you know what? The beautiful thing is, it doesn't even matter if you're wrong. What matters is that you are expressing concern and knowledge for the other person first. So for example, you want to think about putting on their goggles. A couple good questions to think about first to prepare is, what stress are they under? Who's putting pressure on them? What keeps them up at night? So you can start the meeting after pleasantries and say it seems like there's an incredible amount of pressure to accelerate growth in Q1. And I understand. So that's acknowledging and validating. So putting something out there for them. So one or two things is going to happen. One is you are so right, and they will say yes, and then they will likely elaborate. Or you might be off base. They might say, yes, that's incredibly important, but what is just making me really stressed out right now and really concerned is this. So either way, you're going to learn something that probably you didn't know before. And it's also important, and that also builds immediate trust, because the bedrock really of influence is building trust and creating safety. And one way that we do that is expressing concern for the other person first before we start talking about ourselves. So that's the first thing that you can do to lay that foundation to make sure that you are well prepared for that next one-on-one. And next time we'll talk about how to structure the communication so you can get the biggest bang for your buck out of those really short, brief, but important interactions. So cheering you on always. If I can support you or your team in any way, I am here for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.